guys, so this is I'm gonna do like a little overview of this table that my husband and I redid. He stained the top of the table and sanded it, and I repainted all the chairs, the sides of the table, the legs of the table, and I reupholstered the chairs. This was one of our first big projects that we actually did, and I'm happy about how it turned out. I don't actually have footage of the old table, but I do have some pictures that I'm going to include so that you guys can see where this table started from to how it looks now. But I'm really, really excited to kind of go and do like a step-by-step with how this table got done. So we're going to start with this picture. It's not the best picture, but it does kind of show you the top of the table where you can see that there are coffee marks. There was glitter on the table. There were scratches on the table. Just stuff that can happen, you know, a little wear and tear for tables that you use on a regular basis. I'm actually going to insert a picture of the table that I have up there, but of the before picture, so it's a different point of view. So you can see there are like little marks and stuff. And we actually purchased this table and the chairs. We got 6 of them for $30. And I was really, really excited about that purchase because we got this table, the 2 leaves that came with the table, and 6 chairs all for $30. And come on, that is a really good deal. All right. So I just really was happy about that sale. Okay, so this next picture is going to be of my husband. He is actually, you know, sanding the table down. We used 80 grit paper first, I believe, and then we switched and went to a 220 to kind of smooth it out. The last picture is of the legs of the table. I just kind of wanted to show you, you know, what it all looked like before. So I didn't do any sanding or anything of the legs. I really didn't have to because I was using the anti-Salon chalk paint. But I did make sure that I wiped down the legs of the chair like really, really well because, not the chair, the table, because I didn't want to have like any flyaways and stuff like that, that I have to deal with when doing that. Okay, and then here is a quick snapshot of him actually staining the table with the dark walnut color that we picked up from Lowe's. So this is a finished product of the table with the staining being done and him putting the polyurethane on top, which we use satin and not gloss. And I love the way it turned out. Okay, so now we're getting to the chairs. These chairs were a really, really big challenge. There was a lot of parts of the wood was chipped. The wood actually wasn't even together. We had to make sure it was really stable. There were a lot of scratches in the wood, pieces just missing. These chairs were in very, very, very bad shape. And when I actually purchased them, I didn't know how bad, you know, they were until we actually got there, because the pictures that she took, which were far away, made them look like they didn't need that much work done. So when we got there, we were really surprised, and my husband was just looking at me like, we don't need to get these chairs. But I was like, no, I'm gonna get these chairs because I am going to fix them up. This is gonna be like a joy for me to do. So we did end up purchasing them. We got them for $90, 6 chairs. We probably shouldn't have paid $90 for them, honestly. But, I mean, they were nice, so whatever. We just paid the $90, and we gladly took them home with us. These chairs I had to do a lot of sanding to the chairs to make sure that they were even and everything. Like, these chairs were really, really a challenge. But I'm really glad that, you know, we got through it, and I stuck with it, and I made them look as good as they do now. All right, so these are the chairs after. I painted them with the anti-Salon chalk paint. Again, old orchid, whatever. I know I'm probably not saying it correctly, but that is the color that these chairs are. After I've sanded them down, everything, wood filled the spots that needed to be filled. This is the finished product. The chairs I reupholstered. They had obviously been reupholstered several times because before it was a zebra print color, and then when I got it from the girl, it was like a burlap color. So I was like getting rid of all this fabric, and then I finally got down to the foam. But anyways, so I'm gonna insert some pictures of, you know, the fabrics that I chose and how I actually did them with the chairs. So in these pictures, you know, you can see how I laid them flat. I put the burlap on first. It's like a mustard green burlap that I got from Joann's. And I decided to put this little sheer overlay patterned fabric on top because we all know that burlap can be itchy. So I put that on top, and I love the way that it's kind of like a contrast between, you know, the two different textures. You know, you have that rough texture, and you can see it through the softer sheer texture of the fabric that I put on top. Alrighty, so we're going to do a brief overview of some of the materials that I used with this project. So we used this Miniwax wood finish in dark walnut. I really liked the color, and I really liked this color too, which was classic gray, but I knew that it wouldn't really look good. I don't think, with that Annie Salone color that I chose. So I'm happy that I did it with the dark walnut color. The next thing that we used was the polyurethane. We used the clear satin and not the gloss because I did not want a high sheen to my table. No, I didn't want that at all. So we used this type of polyurethane instead of the glossy type. The next thing is this Annie Salone soft wax. I just got a little can, and then this big chalk paint, the old orchid, whatever. I know I don't say the name right, but that's what I use for the tables and chairs. Going back to this wood filler, which is what I use. It wasn't the best, but it got the job done. It was really grainy, but next time I'm not going to use this wood filler. This is the sander that I use, the 220 grit. It's just a handheld one to kind of get some of those in those nooks and crannies of the chairs. And I use this little brush to get into the little tiny nooks and crannies of the chairs because there were a lot of them. And it's just a regular old paintbrush, nothing extravagant. And this is the wax brush the chalk brush that I use. It is New Renaissance. I got it from Amazon. I'll link it below. It's not an Annie Salone chalk brush, but it worked just fine. Bristles, everything. And of course, my mask. So these are all of the materials that I used for this project. So the finished product is a beautiful table. I am so happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link certain things below that you might need. If I don't link it, you can ask me in the comments and I can link them, you know, whatever it is that you would like to know. But if you guys have any tips, tricks, or anything like that, just make sure you comment them down below. I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and there will be more projects to come.